Hello? How you doing? Who is it?
Chandler,
Yeah, what's up?
got me?
Who is this?
It's Bears calling from the Patriots.
Alright, I'm just going to set the record straight right away and tell y'all that Chandler Jones is the most underappreciated player in football. Now, I was online looking at these articles about pass rushers. I kept finding these top 10 lists, and many of these guys that wrote the articles didn't have Jones on their list. And I kind of wanted to put him on blast, not gonna lie, but even his peers forget about him. Like Chandler Jones didn't make the top 100 players list in 2019, which is voted by the players themselves. So we'll let it slide for now. But that got me thinking, and I'm going to show you why Chandler Jones is on his way to becoming one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. So let's get to work, shall we?
Yeah, Mr. Crab. Let's go, Mr. Crab. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Grunk. Hey, how many touchdowns we got today, Grunk?
A couple, baby. How many sacks?
2, 3,
2 or 3,
4, 5. Yeah!
Jones comes from an elite athletic family, as his two older brothers are Arthur Jones, who is a former defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, and then John Bones Jones, who might be pound for pound one of the greatest fighters to ever live. So enough about his brothers, let me tell you a bit about CJ. According to Wikipedia, Chandler Jones was born in Rochester, New York, and went to Union Endicott High School. In a 2008 class filled with future NFL prospects like Julio Jones and Patrick Peterson, Chandler was not one of those highly recruited players. CJ was an okay-ish defensive end in high school, though he was the 95th ranked tight end in the country and the 14th best player in New York. A two-star player coming out of high school, CJ only had 3 offers from universities: UConn, Buffalo, and Syracuse. Jones ended up at Syracuse and would play as a defensive end during his collegiate career. Chandler ended up not getting any playing time until his sophomore year at Syracuse. And looking at his stats, they aren't very eye-popping. To be honest, looking at his stats, they just aren't very impressive at all. Some of that is probably due to the fact that he did have to play some defensive tackle at Syracuse. He finished with 10 sacks in 3 years, and never had more than 4.5 in one season. Teams in the NFL loved his abnormal height, long rangy arms, quick speed, aggressive manner, blank face, and business suit. Oh wait, no, that's Slenderman. But seriously, Jones towers in at about 6'5" and a half feet tall, and he has 35.5-inch arms. To put that into perspective, LeBron James, who is about 3.5 inches taller than Chandler Jones, has the same wingspan as him. Jones was most likely drafted so high as he was seen with an elite build that not many players have possessed before. Chandler has some of the longest arms in the NFL currently, and he surely knows how to put them to good use. He went on to be drafted 21st overall in the 2012 NFL Draft by the New England Patriots, who traded up to grab him off the board. Now, I'm a Bears fan. I wonder who we picked instead of,
No.
Jones actually had a great start to his career in New England. In his first 4 years, he would play in 55 games and collect 36 sacks, which is a pretty good start to his young career. Jones would end up helping the Patriots win the Super Bowl against the Seahawks in his 4th year, totaling 12.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles in 15 games. Going into his 5th year, Chandler Jones would find out that he would in fact be traded to the Arizona Cardinals for a 2nd round pick. Chandler was traded due to the fact New England knew they would have to pay him big money as he was starting to get better and better each year. So, instead of paying him, they traded him away since they knew they wouldn't be able to keep him around after his 5th year. During his tenure with the Arizona Cardinals, Chandler Jones would absolutely dominate opposing offenses, totaling 60 sacks and 17 forced fumbles in just 64 games. That's insane. In 2017, he would lead the league in sacks with 17, and just this past year, he finished the season with 19 sacks. Chandler has just completed his 8th season in the NFL and is at a total 96 sacks. Since 1982, out of all players eligible through their first 8 seasons, Chandler Jones has the 6th highest sack total. Chandler is averaging 14.5 sacks over the past 5 years. So let's say Jones averages 10 sacks over the next 5 years. Adding on 50 more, it'll bring his total to 146. 146 sacks would bring Chandler Jones to 6th all-time in sacks. That's incredible for a player that seems to be forgotten about and is quietly building a Hall of Fame resume. It would be really impressive if he breaks into the top 10, as it seems that teams are trying to get rid of the ball from the hands of the quarterback faster and faster these days. Though, regardless, Chandler still finds ways to create havoc on opposing quarterbacks around the league. So, let me show you how he does it. I'm going to start off by showing you guys one of my favorite clips of Chandler against the Buccaneers. First off, he isn't even properly set in the beginning, but still gets a good jump off the ball. He then fakes the long arm to the opposite shoulder, forcing the LT to swipe down. But as the tackle swipes, he realizes what's happening. As he tries to recover, he loses balance and trips Jones in the process. Jones would have got the sack here if he weren't tripped. But man, this play just makes me go.
Ooh, wee.
Here we have Jones using an inside swim move to beat the tackles. He jumps off the line trying to bait the tackle. He is going outside, stutter steps, and then cuts inside with a swim move. As you can see, he will only pull this off if he has a one-on-one with the tackle. Next, we have a long arm into a forklift technique, where Jones reaches for the outside shoulder of the tackle with his inside arm, then grabbing the wrist of the lineman's outside arm with his free hand, and then using a downward forklift motion. With Chandler being so tall, going downward instead of upward is easier for him to get past the tackle. This technique is a great way to gain leverage and disengage from the blocker. Chandler Jones is a force to be reckoned with, and I really hope he gets the respect he deserves from the fans, media, and his peers. You could argue with him now playing for a small market team is a reason he is forgotten about, but regardless of that, he shows up week in and week out. Jones may very well end up in the Hall of Fame someday, and QB should know he is.
Grunky! Grunky!
Nice job, Chan.
You too.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching the video. Just want to let you guys know you're very much appreciated, and I will be putting out more content sometime in the future. So stay tuned, and make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment how awful it was, share with your friends. This has been your Amateur GM. See you next time.